Hello students and welcome back to the video lecture series of web programming. Today's topic is JavaScript objects. I am your instructor Ms. Shruti Raval. So let us start with what do you mean by objects? You have already studied objects in Java, right? So you are aware about what is an object. So if we compare any real life object, let's say for example here we have taken an example of car. Car is a real life object, right? So take this comparison with JavaScript objects. So if you are comparing a real life object like car, there are certain properties which are attached to car, there are certain methods which are attached to car. For example, car has this different properties, like car has a name, car has some sort of model, car has a predefined price, car also have different colors, right? So one car, that is one object, is having multiple properties. Similar to properties, there are methods which are attached to real life objects, like car can start, car can stop, car can be driven, that is car can drive, car can have brakes, so you can apply brake, that is also one of the method. You can stop the car, right, that we have already discussed. So these are the different methods which are attached to real life object. So if you pick any real life object, there are certain properties, certain attributes attached to that object, and there are certain methods which are attached to that object. Now taking inspiration from these real life objects, you have a concept in JavaScript, that is JavaScript object, right? So you may wonder that, ma'am, are the objects in Java and JavaScript same? The answer is they are somewhat same but not 100% same. You know that you need a class to be created in Java if you want to access. You know that you need to create a class in Java if you want to access objects. Contrast to that, in JavaScript there is no need of creating a class. You can directly create objects, right? So basically Java is an object oriented language, whereas JavaScript is object based language. Everything in JavaScript is an object. So the HTML document that you are loading in the web page, that itself is also an object. All the HTML elements, if you see all the HTML elements like table, tag, list, everything with respect to JavaScript, they are nothing but they are object, right? So in JavaScript everything is an object. Now how many types of objects are possible in JavaScript? Basically there are two types of objects. The first is inbuilt object. Inbuilt objects are objects which already has some sort of properties and methods which you can directly access. For example, so you can take the example of inbuilt object, that is a math object which has inbuilt methods as well as properties. String object which also has some sort of properties, for example concatenation or slicing, etc., right? Also there is a date object. If you want to manipulate with the date and time, then you can use the date object, right? So these all are the JavaScript inbuilt objects from which you can directly access the properties and methods, right? The second type of objects in JavaScript are user defined object. It means if you want to create your own object, you can do so in JavaScript. There is no need to create any class for creating an object. So in this lecture we are going to focus on user defined object. We are going to see how to create user defined object in JavaScript, right? So let us quickly see what are the different methods in which you can create user defined object. So basically for creating user defined object in JavaScript there are three main methods. The first method is you can use object literal. Okay, we will shortly see the syntax as well as we will run one program of all these methods so that you can get an idea how to create user defined object. Just for now remember the names of the methods. So the first method is by using object literal. The second method is by creating instance of object directly. So you have a keyword called new. You can directly create an instance of object method and you can create any object. And the last is using an object constructor. This also you can do via using new keyword. Okay, so we will see 3 of these methods in detail now. But you need to understand that after creating an object in JavaScript, you can do 2 things with that object. You can add properties related to that object or you can add method related to that object, right? Now let us see the first method, that if you want to create JavaScript object by using object literal, what is the syntax? So here you can see that I have declared a variable called object, right? So you have to declare a variable. Object is also nothing but it is a type of data type. If you remember, when we were discussing the data types in JavaScript, the data types were divided into 2 parts, primitive and non-primitive, right? So in non-primitive you had 2 data types, they were array and object. So object is also a data type, a non-primitive data type in JavaScript. So you will declare a variable. For example, here I have declared var object. If you are creating an object using this object literal method, what is the syntax? You can see that there is a curly braces. Inside the curly braces I have pairs that are comma separated, right? So you can see I have highlighted the first pair. Pair consists of property name colon value that is attached to that property, right? Comma second property name colon property value dash dash dash. You may add as much as properties to a particular object that you wish, right? So this is the basic syntax of creating object using object literal. Now here you can see that I have given an example in which if you are creating a variable, let's say I have created a variable name emp, you can write this variable with var keyword or you can skip the var keyword, right? Here I have skipped the var keyword, I have written only the variable name. It will also act as a variable. What are we assigning to this variable? We are assigning directly the object to this variable emp. So here you can see that in curly braces I have specified 3 properties and 3 values corresponding to each property. So the first property is id colon what is the value that I have attached to id 102 comma second property is name and then I have attached to name a particular property value, right? So you can see over here that these 3 properties can be attached to different data types of value, right? For example, the first property value is of type number, whereas the second property value Shyam Kumar is of type string, right? So there is no restriction that this particular object should contain similar type of data. That is no constraint in object. You can have multiple types of values attached to every property, right? So here I have declared 3 properties, id, name and salary, right? Now what if I want to print the value of my object? So here you can see in document.write I have printed the value of all the 3 properties. The syntax of printing the values or accessing the values of object is object name dot property name. So in our case you can see that emp is the object name, right? So what is the variable in which I have assigned the object? Emp. So what is my object name? Emp is my object name. Dot is the operator that you have to use for accessing the property name. So object name, that is emp dot property name. For example, the first property name is id. So when I write this emp.id, what is the output that I will get? I will get the value which is attached to this particular property. So emp.id will yield 102. Then I have concatenated, you can see I have concatenated space. After that emp.name, that is what is the value which is attached to emp.name, Shyam Kumar, and emp.salary, what is the value that is attached? 40,000, right? So this is the basic syntax. We will see one program, run it, then you will get more idea that how to execute this code, right? The next method for creating a user defined object in JavaScript is by creating instance of an object. So we have an inbuilt method called object, right? So here you can see that we are creating object directly using this new keyword. So here is the syntax where we are declaring a variable. You are writing whatever object name you want to write is equal to new object. This will create directly the object. But for assigning the properties, you will have to use this particular object name. You will have to use the dot operator. You will have to write the property name is equal to, you will have to assign the property value. Let us see in the below example. So here you can see that in the below example, I have again created the same object VAREMP, that is EMP is my object name, is equal to, I have used new keyword, new object, right? So this will create a new object called EMP. But have I assigned any properties or values related to those properties? No, still property name and property value are to be defined. How can we do so? We can do so by accessing or you can say assigning the property name via dot operator. So object name dot property name is equal to property value. So here you can see again I have assigned those three properties, that is ID, name and salary. So object name is EMP dot ID, that is my property name which is user defined name which I have assigned, is equal to whatever property value you want to assign. In the next statement again object name dot property name is equal to property value. Similarly for EMP dot salary is equal to whatever salary value you have to assign. Now these are the three property values which I have assigned to which object? The current object, that is EMP, right? Again if I want to display the property value, the syntax is same, object name dot property name. So here you can see in document dot write again I have written EMP dot ID, EMP dot name and EMP dot salary because I want to display the property values. Now the third method is you can use an object constructor and you can create your own object type. So for doing that, it means for creating an object type, the first thing that you need to do is you need a constructor function. So you will have to create a function by using function keyword, or you can say the syntax of function which you are already aware. You have to pass the you have to create a function with arguments. So you have to pass values in the argument and you can assign those argument values to the current object by using this keyword. Let us see how to do so. So here you can see I have created a function called EMP. So basically I am creating an object constructor, or you can say I am creating an object type. So what is the object type I have created? EMP, and inside the argument how many values I have passed? ID, name, salary, right? Now inside the curly braces of the function I told you for assigning the properties, or you can say for creating the properties, you have to use which keyword? You have to use this keyword. This keyword will refer to the current object, right? So you can see inside this you have written this dot, whatever property name you want to write you can write. Here I have written this dot ID is equal to, you are assigning the first argument value to the first property, that is id. Again you are creating second property, this dot name. So the name is the property value and is equal to, what are you assigning? You are assigning the second argument value name to the second property name. The third is this dot salary. So salary again is the property name, is equal to, you are assigning the salary argument, that is the third argument, to the third property, right? So this basically we are constructing an object constructor. Now you can create an object using this constructor. So you can see in the next line, after completing the function, I have created a variable called e. So basically I have created a new object called e, right? So e is equal to, again I have to use which keyword? New keyword. Now whatever object type you have created, so what was the object type or object constructor that I have created? EMP, that was my function name. So new and your function name, that is EMP, and inside the argument now you will pass the actual values which you want to be assigned to the properties. So inside the EMP here you can see that I have assigned the first property value 103, the second name value Vimal Jaiswal, and the third salary value 30,000, right? So as soon as you write this code, what will happen? All the property names, that is ID, name and salary, will respectively get these values 103, Vimal Jaiswal and 30,000. Now if you want to print the property value, the syntax is same, object name dot property name. So what is the latest object that you have created using the object type or object constructor? The object name is e. So e dot, what is the property names? ID, e dot name and e dot salary. So as soon as you write e dot name, e dot id and e dot salary, you will have in the output the values which you have passed actually in the argument of the object constructor, that is EMP 103, Vimal Jaiswal and 30,000. So these are the values that you will get on your web page, right? So here you can see in the program I have used 3 of the methods. We will run it. We have already seen the syntax. We know what do you mean by an object, what are the 3 methods in which you can create an object. We will directly see the syntax and run the code, right? So here you can see that I have done the same thing. I have created a variable, or you can say variable object EMP is equal to, this is the first method, that is using object literal. So for, you know that for creating an user defined object using object literal, what was the syntax? You are using curly braces. Inside the curly braces, property name colon property value, comma property name colon property value, comma property name colon property value, right? In document.write, what is the syntax for getting the output of property value? The syntax was same, object name dot property name. I have again concatenated the space, right? So concatenation operator I have used plus, then the second property value I want to get displayed, that is name. So here you can see the ID is 102, the next name is Shruti and salary is 15,000. So first of all, let us run this code and see whether I am getting in my output 102 Shruti and 50,000 or not, right? So you will run this file in Chrome and you can see the first output. If you are able to see, this is the first output, right? So 102 Shruti and 50. So this is the first output that we want. Yes, so 102 Shruti and 50,000. That we have got the values by using this object name dot property name, correct? So I hope this syntax is clear, the first syntax of object literal. Now let us shift towards the second syntax, that is by creating instance of object. For that, you know that again I have to create a variable of type object, right? So var, again I am using the same variable name EMP is equal to which keyword I have to use, new and object method. This is inbuilt object method for creating an object. So object I have called Now this will basically create a new object called EMP. Still we are in the process of assigning properties, which we will do after this statement. So you can see in the next statement I have used object name EMP dot whatever property name you want to write, you can write is equal to whatever property value you want to write. So there are three properties which I have created for EMP object: ID, name and salary. For that values I have assigned 101, Dhruvi and 50,000. Again I have displayed these particular values in document.write. You can see that emp.id, emp.name and emp.salary, right? And plus I have concatenated break for breaking the line, as well as inside I have concatenated the space. So when you run this, you can see that the second statement I am getting this 101, Dhruvi and 50,000. How am I getting this? By using this statement in which I have displayed object name dot property name, which will basically yield me the property value, right? There is also the last method in which I told you can use an object type or object constructor. For that you will have to create a function. So here I have created a function employee, right? So whenever you are creating this object constructor, it is not mandatory, but it is a convention that your function name should start with a capital letter, right? So here I have started my function name with a capital letter. Again in the argument I have passed three values: ID, name and salary. Also I told you for assigning the properties which keyword you have to use this, right? So this dot whatever property name you want to write, you can write over here. Here for distinguishing the property name from the argument values, I have just written, instead of ID, here I have written ID1, so that you can get an idea that this is the property name and this is the argument value which I am assigning, right? So this dot ID1, that is my property, which value I am assigning? This value I am assigning the first argument value ID. Next is this dot name1. So my second property name is name1, and this is the argument value, second value that I am assigning to name1 property. This dot salary1, salary1 is my third property name, and this third argument value I am assigning to salary1, right? Now this is my you can say constructor function employee, which I have already created. Now I have to create an object using this object constructor. For that I am again creating a variable called E. So this E is of type object. Of which type of object? Employee type of object, because I have used the keyword new and I have written over here which function? This constructor function employee. And inside this I am passing the actual values which I want to be assigned to ID1, name1 and salary1. So here you know that I have assigned the first argument ID to ID1. So what will be assigned over here? Actual value will be 103, which will be assigned to ID1. Actual value for E type of object will be XYZ, which will be assigned to property name1. And for E type of object, the actual value of salary1 will be 30,000, right? So I have created successfully an object called E of type employee. Now when you want to display the property values of this object E, again the syntax is same, object name dot property name. So here you can see that in document.write I have written E dot property name. Now people may get confused. They, instead of writing this property name, they might end up writing the argument name. That is not correct, right? If you want the values to be displayed, you have to write object name dot property name. And what is the property name that I have specified? ID1, name1 and salary1. So here also I have to write E dot ID1, E dot name1 and E dot salary1, right? If I write over here E dot ID, I will not get proper value, right? Instead I have to write, I have to write E dot ID1, right? Here you can see that the value which I have assigned is 103, XYZ and 30,000, and the property name was ID1, name and salary1. So when I write e.id1, e.name1 and e.salary1, what will be the output that I will be getting? 103, xyz and 30,000, right? So these were the three methods for creating user defined object in JavaScript. Now you may wonder that, ma'am, you told us that there are two things that you can assign to an object. The first one was property and the second one was method. What if I want to assign some method to a property? Can I do so? Yes, you can do so. Let us see how to define a method, how to assign a method to a property in a object. So if you want to assign any method to a property in a JavaScript object, the first thing is you need to create a function. So for example, here you can see that I have already created a function called add department, or you can say add dept, right? So this is a function, this is my function name, and I have one argument that I have passed over here. I have already created one property in this, that is this dot branch is equal to, I have added dept. Now what if I want to assign this whole function, right, to a property in some object? Can I do so? Yes, you can do so. So what you have to do, this is the syntax. The mandatory condition is whenever you are assigning a method to the property of any object, the property name should be equal to the function name. So here you can see this dot add dept is equal to add dept, right? You don't need to pass this over here because it will by default take this property which you have already specified in the function. This is branch property you have already specified, so you don't need to pass this over here in the object, right? Now if I want to print the value, right, so the first thing is you will have to call the method. So here you can see that what was the object that I have created? E, right? And you have simply passed the values which were related to ID1, name1 and salary1 over here. But add department is not a simple property value. Instead, it is a method which you have passed, right? So you cannot directly pass that particular thing over here. What instead you have done? E dot, you have to call the method, that is add department, and inside that you have to pass the value, right? So E dot add department, and inside that I have passed CE. So this CE basically will be assigned to which property? Branch property. Now when you want to access, or when you want to print this particular branch, you have to again write object name dot property name. Again the object name is E, but here the property name is branch. The property name is not add dept over here, because this add dept is just the property which is calling this method, and at the root, which is the property which I am assigning, actually branch, right? So here you have to write E dot branch, and as soon as I write E dot branch over here, you run this code and you can see that I am getting the branch which I have assigned in this method, that is CE, right? So in this way you can create a function, and that function can be also assigned to a property as a property in any object, right? So this was all about creating user defined objects in JavaScript, and this was all about today's lecture. Thank you.